Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Wednesday, June 12th, 2019. This is my post-market wrap-up. Before we even get started, let me share something with you that happened about 10 minutes ago, maybe 15 minutes ago. You want to get a handle on what kind of a twisted, sick world that we live in? Well, I'm going to show it to you real quick. I posted on Facebook and Twitter that if you lived here in Las Vegas and you went to the local animal shelter and adopted a homeless animal, that I would give you, that person, 30 minutes of free time over Skype just to talk about trading and, stuff like that. Just as an incentive to people to do something good, Well, don't take my word for this. Go look at my Twitter feed. I got attacked for this. I got attacked for offering my time for free to someone that would just do a kind gesture for a homeless animal. Look, all of you that have been with me, all my work is free. I don't ask for anything. All I do want you to do is, if you're benefiting from my work, pay it forward. Donate to a charity that you believe in. But this is not enough, obviously, for some people. Anyway, I just wanted to get this off my chest because it's incredible. This is the kind of world we live in. Like I explained to you recently, truth has no place in this society today. Kindness has no place in society today. That's where we are at, and it is frightening to me. All right, with that said, let's get back on track. Thanks for letting me get that off my chest. Anyway, so the markets didn't do anything today, pretty much flat. I was in one trade today for 5 minutes. I bought calls on SPY some point in the middle of the day. In and out in 5 minutes, made a small profit, all well and good. So again, nothing dramatic in this stock market. No real money to be made today. I made $109 today. $109 trading this market today. I guess it's better than a loss, but that was my net trading for this lovely day. A couple of things happened today. Again, right in our face to attempt to prop stocks up. And I want to cover a few things with you because we are witnessing something. It's, again, right in our face. No one wants to talk about it. But again, I'm going to put a little light on this for you. So I'm going to read a few things just real quick. In the video that I did today, I explained to you how, you're being fist-fed that there's no inflation at all. And this has been the theme for the longest time. It's laughable. It really is. And I got, I don't know, hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of comments and emails, altogether probably 1,000, I don't know, maybe more, regarding how, we are seeing inflation. They're lying to us. The numbers are fake. And I did forget to mention that not only is the price of everything going up, but everything is shrinking. We're getting shrinkflation. That's how they're kind of trying to cover it up. I explained to you the setup earlier why they're pushing the narrative, no inflation. It's because we're getting rate cuts. We're going to get robbed blind by more quantitative easing. The dollar is going to be hit hard. We are truly maybe about to take the next step in a full-on currency war. And who's going to pay for it? Well, the middle class, as always. It's crazy. So we got a couple of attempts today, again, like to prop up the stock market. The first one, earlier in the day, President Trump came out and said that he's got a feeling. He's got a feeling. This is his words. This is not Greg Mannarino, so please don't beat me up for it. He's got a feeling that the United States and China will reach a deal. Well, I would assume that will happen eventually, because China does want this deal so badly. This is what the president said yesterday. So assuming he means soon. This was obviously floated out to try to prop stocks up. Didn't work. The stock market didn't really respond to that. And then subsequently we got another one on live TV where the president said, I expect a deal with China. Okay, this is the same narrative now for a year and a half. And I understand for those of you that are going to go up in arms that these things are, very tough negotiation. I got all that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's a ploy to prop up the stock market. And the market is not buying it. They need a new narrative, a new twist. Now, let's talk about a few things that really, honestly fly right under the radar. You're not supposed to know about it. You're not supposed to. You will not hear this from any politician. You really won't. But I want you to know about it here. So, just this past May, you better sit down for this one, and this is correct. In May, the United States just ran a $208 billion deficit. That's a jump of over 40% from the previous year. I want you to think about that. Now, again, this should be no surprise to you at all, because I've explained to you, which seems to me like time immemorial, that debts and deficits are going to continue to explode. So, understand, this is just one aspect of it. Now, let me move forward here. So, just in May, a $208 billion deficit, a jump of 41%, their number from just a year ago. This is not Greg Mannarino. Now, let's talk about the budget gap as a whole. Something else, again, I've been screaming from rooftops about, again, since time immemorial. The U.S. budget gap balloons to $739 billion this year, and we still have the rest of the year to go. People, we have never seen it like this before. Not under any previous president. None. Zero. I'm not blaming the president for what we're seeing. I foretold this to you. I explained to all of you that in order to sustain where we are, we have to borrow more and more exponentially just to maintain this environment. So this is no surprise to you that follow this blog. I keep you well ahead of the curve. That's the truth. I think those are the big stories. Now, what's this all about? Let me explain this to you real quick with regard to crude oil. Crude oil right now is around $51 a barrel. Now, every effort imaginable has been going on to keep that price propped up. In my view, and you know I study this stuff around the clock, upside down, backwards, and sideways. This is all I do. I understand these markets. In my view today, because of falling demand, now I'm not just talking about crude oil. We are seeing demand fall off a cliff around the world for everything, not just crude oil. So it's fair to say, in this environment, if crude were not being propped up by the military-industrial complex and OPEC, the price of crude oil would be about half what it is right now. Now let's talk about this, and I want to put this into a real clear light when I'm leaving it for last. So I explained to you that debts and deficits are people, they're not just exploding, they are hyperinflating. Hyperinflating, okay? I'm not making this up. So we are already seeing hyperinflation in the debt market, something I've been warning about, again, I'm going to use the same word, since time immemorial. Now, all of this massive inflation, and I mean hyperinflation, has not made its way over yet to the consumer side of the monetary base. It's going to happen. We're going to get all this massive inflation that's being piled on one side. It's going to move to the other side like a pendulum. It's going to. There is no way to stop it. Who knows when this is going to happen, but it is. It is going to happen. I think we're at a critical mass. I really do think we're at a critical mass. And this is why you can see the clear acts of desperation right now, calling for rate cuts, calling for quantitative easing. Look here, don't look here. Why we're not hearing the truth about a damn thing. And God forbid that you even speak a word of truth or a word of kindness, because you will be attacked in this sick, twisted world that we now are a part of. It's very sad. I've never seen anything like it in my entire lifetime. Really. So you have to understand what's going on underneath this whole thing. It is just, well, you figure out a word. With that said, I know this video has been kind of long. I hope what I've said here makes sense to you about we have hyperinflation right now. It's sitting over here. with regard to debts and deficits exploding. It's a financial monster that is engulfing the entire earth. And that pendulum right now is here. It's just a matter of time before it swings the other way. And I can promise you that the people outside my window and yours, when this thing really hits us all, because there is no way to stop it. There is no way to stop it. And I'll tell you something else before I let you go. Our leaders, including our president, realize that there is no way to stop it. This is why the wealth transfer is being set up the way that it is. Hyperinflate, hyperinflate, hyperinflate. And then, just as at the top of every single bubble we have ever seen before, it happens very rapidly while people are, again, caught in completely off guard. We get a meltdown, and the wealth that has been built up simply gets transferred or literally stolen legally from the masses and transferred to the 1%. This bubble is going to be the bubble to end all bubbles. And the end result, people, is going to be a wake of destruction, a wake that is going to leave a rift in humanity for thousands of years. It's going to be spoken about well when we're gone off of this earth. We have never seen anything like this before. It's the truth. Now look, I'm going to ask you to do something for me again. If I've made any sense to you, if what I'm saying sounds true, okay? If it doesn't, don't share the video, okay? But if what I'm saying to you sounds real, please share this video. Please get it out there. Let people understand. We are staring down the barrel of a shotgun point blank at our face. And there's no way to stop it from going off. There isn't. Period. The end. Anyway, this guy really does love you, regardless of the horror that we're seeing in this world. How not even a simple act of kindness goes without being ridiculed and attacked. I really do love you, all of you. It's the truth. And I'll see you in the morning.